So one of my friends asked me, how do I come up with ideas for the videos I do? And I really didn't have a good answer, but yet I do struggle on it once in a while for maybe like 3 seconds till I look at my stuff. And you might be wondering why I have a Master Chief helmet here upside down. Well, that's because I carried all my games in it up here. Because I needed a flat surface, and there's no room in my basement where I play all my games. So, this is one of the reasons I don't have too much trouble figuring something out. So let's start at the beginning here a little bit. And we'll start with the biggest thing. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically say everything I got in my last haul when I was out bumming around, and this is where I get a lot of my ideas. So like, for example, we have the PlayStation Classic here, which got horrible reviews. Easily modified though, so why people aren't grabbing these things up, I don't know, or maybe they are now. But there were some good games on here. You know, Destruction Derby, I found, I wouldn't have bought it for Destruction Derby, but I found it amusing. I got Ridge Racer on there, Tekken 3, Siphon Filter. I actually thought Siphon Filter was a very good game. Twisted Metal was pretty good. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, I had it on PC, so all the console versions kind of didn't hold up for me. But I might revisit that now because I have a different respect for it. But other than that, there's some good games in here. You know, like Oddworld. Oddworld, actually it's going to come up again here, but Oddworld's one of those games. Once again, I wouldn't go out and buy it, but since I have it, I'm not going to complain about it either. It's not a bad game. But $29.98, I couldn't refuse. Plus, worst case scenario, that's what my Raspberry Pi cases cost me, whatever it goes. So let me break this up a little bit here. That was that. Unfortunately, we have a business called Shopko in Green Bay. Well, not unfortunately. It was fortunate we had it. It was actually headquarters here and everything, but it was going out of business. So that's how I got the PlayStation. But then I have a bunch of games here. And I know I have a pretty high voice and stuff, so don't judge me on this. But if you've seen my beard, you'll know that maybe you assume these were for my girl, or maybe you didn't assume that because you're not supposed to assume that stuff anymore, I guess. But I heard these games are actually pretty fun. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to give them a try for $1 each. And actually, in a rummage sale, which happened to be my rummage sale, my niece was selling them. And I'm like, well, she's not going to mind selling all her stuff. A lot of them are Pets ones. Actually, there is a... Yeah, I must have left it downstairs. I am missing one. There was another 25-cent one, which was one of the Mama ones here, which I actually hear pretty good things about. So I'm actually eager to check those out. So that kind of leans towards the fact that, how do I figure out what I'm going to do a video on, because of the fact that as I buy stuff, I just kind of come up with ideas. And then we have two St. Vincent de Pauls around us. And for that, so I guess I'll say our Green Bay West Side one. I got Harlem Globetrotters. Never played the game or anything, but for $1.98, I'll give it a try. Also $1.98, Rugrats. Once again, I have never played this one, but Rugrats. I mean, come on, $1.98. And then we have Chicken Little. And I really need to inventory all my games. Everything in a box I have inventoried. I'm just starting all the loose stuff right now. I have a bad feeling I have this one already. But for $1.98, I know people who like games. And then The Incredibles. I actually might also have this one too. In fact, I'm pretty sure I do. But I didn't have the manual. And I believe I have the box for it. So normally I actually don't collect the boxes for these. For my Master System... my Sega Master System, it's weird to say, I do, but if I do have the box, I do save them. So, and then if you've seen one of my previous videos, you know that I actually put these in cassette cases, and then, well, I try to get my labels printed out for them. And then this one, also $1.98, Nancy Drew. Actually, I found this one just laying out. You'll see the box is kind of not folded right, and that's because I got to fix that. But it was open wide like this. I'm like, there's no way that's in here, but it was in there. Let's see. Even I haven't pulled everything out yet, but we got the Dreamcatcher Interactive, Game Boy, and the manual here. So that was actually, and I do like that they did color manuals on these. But yeah, so that I actually thought was a pretty good find. I think this game actually, if you have all the stuff, is somewhere around, I want to say 17, 16 bucks. We'll play it safe, say 15, but once again, $1.98. So that was the west side location. Then we have their east side location. Oh, actually that one doesn't belong in there. I'll take that out. But here we have a bunch of loose ones. Mech Assault for $1.09. I grabbed it. I have an Xbox that's not modded. I have two Xboxes originals. I have a hardware modded one and just a regular one. And I have been thinking of trying to soft mod it and getting a new clear case for it. Just redoing it. It's in pretty rough shape. And this would be a good disc to have because I think it was Siphon Filter, the non-collector edition or black edition. You want the original. This is like that also. You can soft mod with this. Then we have Xbox Breaking the Rules, Odd Parents. Once again, $1.09. I mean, it's a Nickelodeon game. Other than the video I did on kart racers, which I was horribly let down on that one. In fact, we don't even really play that game anymore. The rest of them are pretty good. In fact, we have Volcano Island on PS2 videos up there, Kendall and I do. And then we hear Brute Force. Never actually played it, but for $1.09 I will. Once again, it was kind of, you know what, it was $1.09. Let's check it out. I have no idea how Shamu's Deep Sea Adventures is going to be. But you know what, Echo the Dolphin was good, and I said the same thing. Oddworld. $1.09. I mean, I couldn't resist on that. And then this one's hard to see. I never played this one. Drag racing games can be hit or miss. But once again, if it's a hit, $1.09. These are all going to be $1.09. Reckless car game. Haven't played that one before either. But the Xbox had a really good library. Never really did play a lot of their games. I was late into the Xbox, so I was more PlayStation at that time. And then, of course, I still have my Dreamcast. And I still have that Dreamcast. But here you have football. I like football games, but I don't need to get one all the time. But Top Spin. Actually, tennis games, if you haven't played a tennis game, they're really fun. Especially on handhelds. They're a great time killer. Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2. I don't know. I'm going to give it a try. Once again, that was a $1.09 one. I don't know why I'm saying 09. You know what? And here's Narnia, Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. But I really could see this one being hit or miss. It was one of those things for $1.09. I wasn't getting on my phone and looking up like reviews or anything like that. But that was one of my stops. We'll grab SpongeBob here. That was accidentally in that stack here. This was actually a quick, just stopped in for see what they had. This was actually a Goodwill one, but $2. Once again, Nickelodeon games. I'm a huge fan of them, so they're a good one. In fact, I like doing videos on these, and I want to do a video on that one. But once again, like I started out and everything saying, like that soft mod, I'll probably do a video on that. Another thing, too, is when I'm doing the videos, it's not... I don't look to see if anyone else has done it before. Because if you do that, and you're like, well, I'm not going to do it because someone else did it before, I just do it anyways. It's good practice, anything, and everything's been done. Actually, let's drop this one off here. So, the East Side Pauls, I'm going to add a couple I missed here. So, FIFA Soccer. I am not the most athletic person in the world, but these are fun. I love soccer games, and the manual is in there. So, once again, $1.09. These are sticking together. That's tape reasons, hopefully. So these were blind ones here, but this one actually I was pretty pumped when I opened it. It has the Jet Set Radio feature on here, and it also had Sega GT 2002, which I remember Sega GT being good. I haven't played that version, but yeah, I'm hoping that's a good one. But once again, $1.09. Then this one I was pretty pumped. I sold all my demo games for things years ago, and I was pretty bummed about it. This one was actually pretty good. See, if I read it right around the side here, it's Gladius, Inside Pitch 2003, Jurassic Park, Operation Genesis, NBA Streets Volume 2, Amps 2, Brute Force 2, which, funny, I'm pretty sure Brute Force was over here somewhere. Dungeons and Dragons Heroes, Finding Nemo, Godzilla Destroy All Monsters, Melee, and more. Game Box, Game Disc number 20. So that one I was actually really pumped to come across. And then, last but not least, so this was actually a 2-for-1. Normally these would have been $3.99 each, but I got them both for $3.99. So the wrestling game, I don't know, they're fun. N64, one of my best memories. I have two great memories on wrestling on arcade games. I guess three. One would be actually arcade itself, and that'd be WWE or WWF at the time, WrestleMania. Then the other one would be pro wrestling on the Nintendo, the NES system. That one was pretty good. And then, which one was it? WCW for the N64 with Blood Turned On. God, we used to play that a lot, that, and of course, Mario Kart 64. But and then Cruisin' USA. I always like the Cruisin' USA games. I don't know why. But, yeah, I got those. So, with all this added up, I got, let's get this all together here, not including the Master Chief helmet, which, you know, everyone should have one of those for carrying their stuff around. It really isn't too hard to come up with things to record about. But one of the biggest things is, I would just say, definitely don't look to see if anyone else has done it first, because if that's what you're doing, you're never going to record anything. But other than that, hope you found it interesting. You'll probably see some videos coming up about some of these things here. A lot of times I just start playing and I actually don't video capture them. But I'm hoping to do some of these, especially on some of the Game Boy Advance games. With the Retron 5, it's really nice because I can capture it through the HDMI and all. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Like, share, and leave a comment. Thanks.